Hello friends, welcome to Business Learnings. In this video, we'll talk about Delta Corp. The company recently announced that it's going to do a share buyback, and it has been a great news for few trading sessions. The stock has been hitting the upper circuit. We'll try to understand the impacts of it, and we'll also do a quick business analysis of the company to understand if it's a good buy, if it could be a good company to hold in your portfolio for a long time or not. So let's just start our analysis. First is why do companies do a share buyback? So there could be several reasons. First and foremost is the company thinks that its shares are undervalued and it wants to gain more control over the company. For example, for Delta Corp, the promoters hold just 33% of the company, and with this additional 125 crore rupees has been sanctioned by the board, but only 50% of it will be used. They can use the entire, but they have decided to use 60.5 crore rupees, and with this money they are going to buy more stake in the company so that they'll have more say in the decisions. Board makes the decisions based on the voting rights. So this thing. Second is the company is very confident that the current market price of its shares are way below the intrinsic value. The company is confident about that, and that's why it's finding the valuations so cheap that it's going to invest in its own shares. So this is a positive sign. Third thing, the company has also mentioned that the buying price would be 100 rupees, will not exceed 100 rupees per share, which means that the company will buy at less than 100 rupees, but it is willing to spend up to 100 rupees, which if you compare with current market price, which is I think about 65 rupees, a 55% of premium, 55% of premium on current stock price, which is a huge value. So yes, sometimes companies also do share buybacks to make their shares look more attractive, and the number manipulation, financial engineering and all that, but we do not think that this is the case with Delta Corp. The shares are really seem undervalued. Now we will do we'll try to understand the business of this company, and we'll try to understand the growth, what could be the growth. So this Delta Corp company is in gaming and casino business. It has its casinos in Goa, Sikkim, and it's in Daman as well, if I'm not wrong. The poor thing is government has not allowed to open casinos in all the other states, and it's on the discretion of the individual states to allow if they want. It's not under the discretion of the central government. It's on the states to allow if they want to open a casino or not. And just to give you a brief idea, India has a very underpenetrated market for this gaming and casino business. In 2018, based on ICRA research, India reported a revenue of about $200 million from this gaming business, while Malaysia reported a revenue of $1.5 billion. Singapore reported a revenue of $4 billion. Even countries like Vietnam, which are not developed country and which have such a small population, they still reported 1.5 times our revenue. So you can think of the unimaginable amount of growth that is present in this company, in this industry. And Delta Corp is the only listed player. It has a lot of advantages. It keeps closer eyes on the regulations of the government, and as soon as anything gets relaxed, it's going to open its casino in whatever state it gets permission to. So industry wise, growth wise, a huge opportunity. Next is, let's talk about the numbers now. So the company is currently trading at a PE, of price to earnings ratio, of about 8. Throwaway price again. Profit growth for 3 years 77%, for 5 years 36% CAGR. Sales growth for 3 years 29%, for 5 years about 7.4%. Also PAT margins, profit after tax margins, have been consistently improving over the past few years. So In terms of numbers also, the company is doing quite well. Just a side note here, not to diverge from anything, but we should also look at the shareholding pattern, and Rakesh Jhunjhunwala holds about 7% in this company, more than that, and he bought his shares about 5 or 6 years ago, when the company used to trade at approximately at about same price, and he still holds. He sits in the board of directors, and of course he sees a huge growth in the company. Given that, we should not make our decisions solely based on how the major bulls of our major investors of the companies are, what are they buying or selling. We should be doing our own research, and yes, I have done my research. I think that this is a good company to invest in for me. One more thing that you should know is FDI, foreign direct investment, is prohibited in this gaming and casino business, and this is holding quite something for the company, and that's why in the shareholding pattern you do not see any foreign investments. Okay, so I think we talked about all the important things in short. To summarize all the points, yes, the stock looks very undervalued to me, and I think I'm going to increase my stake. It is good for short term because the company has announced a share buyback. Could be good, but I think if it is good in the long term or not, that will be solely dependent upon how the regulators relax the norms for opening casinos in India. One important thing that I missed in this video, telling you that it has its digital presence, Adda 52 for poker, and they have one more site for Rummy. And the way that Digital India is growing, those two different subsidiaries, they are also doing quite well, and that's why I think that this company has a strong foothold in Indian markets. And so great opportunity here. For long term, it will depend upon the regulations. For short term, probably a good buy. Important thing, I have just presented my opinion, I have just presented my research. If you are going to invest, you should not make any buying or selling decisions based on my recommendations. You should be doing your own research or consult your own financial advisor for any stake increase or decrease. Thanks a lot for watching. Please subscribe to my channel to support my research, and hope you are enjoying the lockdown. Thank you. See you in the next video. Bye.